Welcome to our very first annual Pumpkin Beer Challenge. We have 10 beers, technically 9, and we have 1 seltzer that we're gonna try and judge who did it the best. Sam Adams has always done it the best, but we got a lot of contenders this year. Let's get going. First up, we have ROADSMARY'S Baby. It is an ale brewed with pumpkin and spices, as we already know, aged in rum barrels with vanilla beans. The percentage of alcohol is 6.8%. It's a nice golden color. Looks absolutely delicious. It smells incredible.
It smells really good. No hops to it, just smells sweet.
Nicole, you will have the honors.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's extremely easy to drink. It's pretty delicious.
Very light.
I will have to say it kind of tastes, or it reminds me of Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Totally.
A 10 out of 10 would be the best one. I'm gonna give this at least an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I would say...
Almost got it.
I'd give it an 8.
It's a pumpkin beer. Yeah, this is good. As I'm drinking it more, I might have to even jump up to 9. We're gonna enjoy ROADSMARY'S Baby, and then we'll continue on to the next beer. Alright, here we have the Atomic Pumpkin, made by New Belgium. The percentage on this one is 6.4%. And as you can see, it is a lighter color.
This one smells a bit more like a can of pumpkin.
I will agree with that. It definitely has a stronger aroma of pumpkin, which is always a good thing. It smells a little more like candy than the last one.
So it is spicy, like caliente, spicy.
I can see where the spicy part does come from. She's got a more sensitive palate than I do.
Okay, it says brewed with pumpkin, cinnamon, and chilies.
There you go.
It tastes good, but I can't hang. Yeah, so that second little taste, smell more pumpkin than I taste. All I taste is the chilies. And that could be me being very sensitive to spice. Not a fan so far. I would give it, I feel harsh doing this, but like a 4
Be
out
honest,
of 10.
be honest.
My judgment is 4 out of 10 just because I don't like spicy beers. I don't think that they're enjoyable.
Atomic Pumpkin, she's not feeling you. Me, on the other hand, I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
I think it's delicious. If we're comparing it to the ROADSMARY, they do have different tastes, but they're both as equally as enjoyable. I'm also gonna have to go with at least an 8 on this because I am enjoying the shit out of this. No, honestly, I really like this. No, I can't be drinking.
I'm dumping
All
it.
beers.
I can't drink that.
I'm dumping you.
Dramatic
Ladies,
for the camera.
if you like a guy who likes pumpkin, I'm your basic bitch.
No.
At the very end of this, it is very likely we're gonna have some pumpkin pie.
It's very likely. It's 100%
Very likely.
certain that pumpkin pie.
Next up, we have Buffalo Bill's Brewery, America's original Punkin Ale. I don't know if they're the very first ones that did it, they claim to be, but it could also be like any place that says world's greatest roast beef or America's favorite pizza. It's probably bullshit. 6% alcohol, same sort of description they all have, ale brewed with pumpkin and natural spice flavor added since its inception in 1986. You tell me 1986 was the first time they did pumpkin beers? America's original pumpkin ale has become a fall tradition made with real pumpkin and spices. It has a golden amber color and the sweet aroma of warm apple pie.
Like warm apple pie.
But really pumpkin pie. Probably the darkest so far, right? Our aroma expert.
It smells darker, if that makes sense.
It doesn't smell as, she would like to say, as pumpkin-y as the last 2 beers. It's definitely a darker color.
It doesn't smell like anything festive. It tastes like an ale. With a little, like on the back end, it tastes like a smidge of pumpkin.
Let's see what the basic bitch thinks. It is rather smooth. It doesn't have a strong pumpkin taste like the other two did.
It doesn't taste very festive to me. It tastes very beer, like amber beer, with maybe a little bit of pumpkin.
As far as a pumpkin beer is concerned, maybe like a 6.5 out of 10. But as far as just a beer is concerned, this is delicious and it would fall into the 8 category.
Yeah, if you don't really like pumpkin stuff, but you want to feel festive and be included in like some type of Halloween party or something like that, this is your beer. The more I drink it, the more I can't like it.
Mikey, she likes it.
He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Your final score.
I would say this is I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 also, and that's what I gave the ROADSMARY'S
8 out of
Baby,
10.
because it is a good beer. Actually, I'm gonna bring it down to a 7. 7 out of 10.
So, in conclusion, America's Original Pumpkin, extremely delicious as a beer, somewhat mediocre as a pumpkin beer. Next up on the list, we have from our friends at Southern Tier Brewing Company, Pumking Imperial Pumpkin Ale. It says it's a pumpkin pie in a glass. The percentage on it is our highest yet. Huh?
Did you fart?
No.
Oh my god, Mookie.
I think the dog farted.
Oh man.
This is our highest percentage of alcohol yet, at a whopping 8.6%. It is a nice light golden color. And I throw it over to my aromatic queen.
This one smells a lot more like a pumpkin beer. Not too much spice. It kind of smells like if apple juice, like a pumpkin juice.
Pumpkin juice.
But like an apple juice, pumpkin juice.
For the people in the back row,
So this one is good.
it does smell pretty delicious.
I would say that it is very close to a pumpkin in a glass.
Although it is nice,
Pumpkin pie.
I am gonna go and say that out of the beers we've had so far, this is the worst one. Now that doesn't mean it's bad, but out of the 4, this one is the least enjoyable. Doesn't mean I'm gonna stop drinking. Could you get out of the way, sir? On our scale of 10, I am gonna go with a 6 out of 10. Although it's still a perfectly fine alcoholic beverage, on the pumpkin scale, it's not my favorite.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Are we allowed to do halves?
You can do whatever you want.
It tastes really good, and I don't have any complaints. It's just, I like the other one better.
Let's keep strucking. Struckin'.
Let's keep strucking. We've been drinking the whole beers.
Yeah.
In between each one.
That's that 8.6% talking. Ass treaks, baby. Ass treaks.
Take some butter and spread it all over your ass cheeks.
We are on to another beer. This is by Dogfish. This one is just called Punkin Ale. It's a brown ale brewed with pumpkin and spices, just like the rest. We slide down a little bit on the percentage scale of alcohol. We go down to 7%. I send it over to my aroma expert. Tell us what you think.
It smells whatever.
It has a very generic pumpkin smell.
That bigger whiff I just did, it smells like pumpkin beer. It's like the 5th whiff though.
All right, well, less whiffs, a little more sips.
Eh.
Ooh, she gave it the big eh. Not looking good for you, Dogfish. Sorry, but she gave you the eh. I'm still on your side. Let's see.
Black in the sun.
Oh, no, 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 no. Dogfish, I wish you were our Simba. You are not. You are the worst beer that we've had so far.
It is the worst beer.
Sorry, but you are the worst beer we've had so far. On our pumpkin list, you. Ooh, she went 2. My goodness. I could drink candle wax and I would give it more than a 4. You will get a 5.5. Beer number 6. Brought to you by, I'm not positive how you say this. It's either Uinta Brewing, Uinta Brewing. Uinta Brewing Company brings us a pumpkin ale. Like the others, it's an ale brewed with pumpkin and spices. We are clocking in 5% alcohol. It's brewed in Salt Lake City, Utah. I have an aroma expert with me. I am gonna let her judge the aroma.
This one smells the worst.
Personally, I think it has that generic fake pumpkin smell. Silence is unbearable.
I don't like it.
She's not feeling it. Let the expert get a taste. It's very neutral. It's like a beer. If you're playing a drinking game and you might have to drink a beer over and over and over again, it's really easy to drink.
No, this is not good.
She's not feeling it.
No.
Dear Uinta, whatever we're gonna go with, not looking good for you. So Uinta, got bad news for you. For this pumpkin beer challenge, you're at the bottom of the list. Sorry.
You're not our beer.
What are you giving to this one? Ooh, the Uinta gets a 1. Oh, goodness. Yeah, sorry, Uinta. You're somewhere in that like 3.5 range. And that's because I'm a nice guy and I'm being polite.
It almost tastes like it's a cider, but like not a cider. And I don't like cider. It's a beer cider, or our cider's beer.
If a tree falls in the forest, nobody was there to hear it.
Did it really?
Didn't make a sound. Yeah, it made a sound because there's fucking animals in the forest and they hear it too. So final score, 3.5. 1.
Or
You might as well not exist, Uinta. You might as well not exist. Alright, we're winding down. Next up is Shipyard Brewing Company with their Smash Pumpkin. I feel like this is probably the most popular one out of all of them. It's the one we see the most every single year when it's pumpkin season. This big body beer pours a light copper orange with pleasing aromas of pumpkin, cinnamon, and burnt sugar, balanced by a mild, lingering sweetness and a slightly warm, bitter finish. Smash Pumpkin is the perfect beer for when the temperature starts to drop. We are looking at 9.0% alcohol, the highest percentage out of all of the ones we've had so far. To fully enjoy all flavors, this ale is best drunk at 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Now they're quite specific with this. We're not at 55 degrees Fahrenheit, probably somewhere in the 70 range. Nonetheless, let's give it a go. I'm going to send it over to my aroma expert. Aroma expert, what do we got?
there's a lot of smells going on. I feel like this smells the most like pumpkin pie. It kind of smells like chemical pumpkin though.
Chemical pumpkin.
Like there's an element to it that just doesn't smell natural. It smells like manufactured pumpkin. I gotta say, it's got the most like flavorful smell out of all of them.
She's the waving, wacky, inflatable guy for the moment.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
There's this weird little sweetness that happens after you take it down.
It's fake.
I don't love it. I don't love it at all. This is my least favorite out of all of them.
I would have to say so too. This is like, I don't want to drink it because I feel like I shouldn't be drinking it. It's just, again, we're amateurs. It's just not our beer.
My score, this is going to be a 2.5.
Yeah.
The worst thus far. But don't worry, Shipyard Smash Pumpkin. We still have a pumpkin seltzer to drink, which I'm sure will be the worst one out of all of them. But right now, you win. What's your score?
I'm gonna give it a 1 because it's equivalent to the other one that we didn't like.
Uinta.
I gave that a one, so I guess I gotta give this one a 1 if it's
Shipyard.
or negative,
Uinta.
or can I give it a 0?
You can give it whatever you want. You don't have to give it anything. You can be so upset with this beer that you don't give it anything.
N/A. Dude, my hand is
Shipyard.
really
Sorry. You lose.
You burnt.
here we are at the dreaded hard... Sir? You're in my shot. So here we are at the dreaded hard seltzer. We come to you again via the worst of the pumpkin ales so far, which was made from Shipyard. They also made a hard seltzer. And disclaimer, I can't stand hard seltzer, so this is not going to be enjoyable in one way, shape, or form. Hard seltzer pumpkin ale. They give you some stupid stats like 2 grams of sugar, 110 calories, 2 grams of carbs, who gives a fuck, 5% alcohol. It's a seltzer drink. It's supposed to be bubbly, crispy, and pumpkin-y. Our aroma expert, please.
What the heck does it smell like?
You tell me. You're the aroma expert. I'm a novice.
It smells like a rotten pumpkin.
First sip.
Better than Shipyard. I still don't like it.
This is Shipyard.
This is Shipyard too?
Same fucking company. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the seltzer drinks. Nonetheless, it's pumpkin and I'm a basic bitch.
Okay.
But the pumpkin flavor is okay in this.
This is better than the beer.
100% agreed. Shipyard, you do your seltzers better than you do your beers. So let's do another sip. Let's get the full flavor. Let's see what the tongue feels. It has everything to do with my lack of liking of seltzer drinks. The pumpkin part of it actually is, I can say it's okay. The seltzer part of it, I'm not feeling it. But that's me. On the other hand, we have a Truly whore over here.
I like iced tea Trulies. They're a different breed. It's whatever. I would drink it over their beer that we just had.
Alright, so technically this is not a beer.
I did that.
So seltzer drinks automatically start at 6 for me. I would give this a 5 out of 6.
Do you taste marshmallow at all?
No, I don't taste marshmallow.
Try it again.
No, I don't even want to drink any more of this shit. Like she said earlier, it tasted like, or it smells like old, rotten pumpkins. There's just like something that is off about the smell of this. Alright, what's your final score? Sorry. Shipyard, you lose. We are back on Buffalo Bill's Brewery once again, coming in at a nice mid 7.9% alcohol by volume. Clearly the darkest of them all. Car.
Game on.
Game on.
Game on! Yeah, game on!
Black pumpkin oatmeal stout. Stout brewed with pumpkin and pumpkin spice. It's a creamy oatmeal stout with rich layers of pumpkin, spice, and chocolate notes. Black pumpkin oatmeal stout boasts a smooth, roasted, malted flavor. Subtle sweetness in the aroma of pumpkin creme brulee. That's a bold claim. It's a bold claim.
I like creme brulee.
Now, oatmeal stout. We used to love this shit.
We did.
How are we gonna feel about this going forward? Aroma expert, do your thing.
It smells like a stout, but I don't smell pumpkin.
That's not a good look to have when somebody's drinking a beer, by the way.
It was just thicker than I thought.
That's what she said!
Ooh. Oh boy, Buffalo Bills, this ain't looking good if she's got that look.
It just tastes like a stout. I don't have any hint of pumpkin. This, on the other hand, this is like pumpkin pie filling.
Again, I'm going to 100% agree with you. There's nothing about this black pumpkin that tastes like pumpkin. It just tastes like a dark, very, very mediocre beer. So much so that the seltzer beer is better than this. I'm gonna give it another shot. Not so much.
No, it just tastes like an oatmeal stout.
At best, I don't even taste the oatmeal. It just tastes like a stout, and that's about it.
Hold on.
Yeah, we're not feeling this one. the only way to get this awful flavor out of my mouth, pumpkin tortilla chips from Trader Joe's to go along with the
Pumpkin hummus.
Now that's fucking pumpkin. You hear that? That's how you do it. Final score? You get a 1. You get a 1. Sorry, Buffalo. Sorry, Bill. You get a 1.
There's absolutely no pumpkin, so I give it a 0.
Alright, this is it. This is the one beer that over the years has proven to be above and beyond the rest of all the pumpkin beers. Samuel Adams JACKO Pumpkin Ale. JACKO's cinnamon and nutmeg aromas recall memories of freshly baked pumpkin pie. It has the ideal balance of seasonal spices with a crisp, refreshing finish. This pumpkin ale pairs perfectly with the transition of summer into cooler days and nights. Again, bold claim, but I stand by their claim because this shit is delicious. The percentage we got is actually the lowest out of all the beers at a measly 4.4%. Aroma expert, what do we got?
What you would imagine a pumpkin beer to smell like. It has like the spices, the hint of pumpkin, no smell of like beer or ale or anything. It smells like the holidays or like getting into spooky season.
It is definitely a very neutral smell. It's not overpowering.
It smells like a wonderful candle. I really like it, but I still like ROADSMARY'S Baby the best.
ROADSMARY'S Baby!
That's been the winner overall. There's something about this that like holds a heightened flavor in my mouth that like is kind of like, whoa, it's intense. But it's a very good intense, but it's not like an easy drinking. It's kind of like, wow, flavor in my mouth. And it's like flavor all the way like from entering my mouth to swallowing.
Also keep in mind, this is the
coldest one we've had in a while.
the 10th one we've had. Number 10 up against number 1. If we're going on the pumpkin scale, the first beer that she had mentioned, which was
ROADSMARY'S Baby.
ROADSMARY'S Baby,
Which was our first
has
one we tried.
a stronger pumpkin flavor to it. I still think, out of everything we've had, this is the best beer we've had. Overall beer slash pumpkin,
He's from
the overall
Boston.
mix.
So
So
there
it
might be some bias in there.
maybe a little bit. But the Sam Adams still holds the crown for my favorite pumpkin beer. Maybe. JACKO Pumpkin, to me, you get the 10 out of 10. Look it, she hates it so much she's been drinking most of it.
I give it a 7.5.
7.5 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Of course, I'm the one with the right score. You know what? In the world, it's okay to disagree. I think the JACKO Pumpkin is the best. She thinks
It's second best.
number 1 is.
ROADSMARY'S Baby.
Now you make the choice. In 2021, who makes the best pumpkin beer to win the pumpkin beer challenge?
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.